gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome everybody back to another exciting episode of The Burner Account. As usual and as always, you have your boy Julio the Don.
You got your boy Big Joe in the building.
And what we're going to talk about today is literally the outcome of the two final games right before the Super Bowl, the divisional AFC and NFC championship games. Joe, I'm pretty sure you watched it. Like I just finished watching both games, and I have a lot of thoughts on it, man. I honestly thought that the Commanders were going to come out on top and the Bills were going to come out on top. But obviously, after we've witnessed this weekend's final showdowns, we know now that the Eagles and the Chiefs will be going to the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts, man? What were your thoughts on both of these games? What did you think of the outcome of both of these games, and were they surprising to you?
So to be fully honest, man, the teams that ended up winning are the teams that in my heart of hearts I knew were going to win, right? The Chiefs and the Eagles, who are not going to be in the Super Bowl. But honestly, bro, like for me, I really wish it would have been the Bills and the Commanders in the Super Bowl. I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
To me, that would have, that's the 80s, 90s, like, when the Bills were making it 4 years in a row type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to see Philly win just because, bump
It's Philly.
Philly. And then I didn't want to see KC win because I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs. And we'll get into the games, bro, but I really feel like Buffalo got screwed on that fourth down stop.
Hey.
And yeah, man, I think they killed some of the momentum that Buffalo had with what I think was a bad review. But that's neither here nor there. Philly, dominant. I mean, dominant start to finish.
Very.
And we'll get into that game, in just a second. Bills Chiefs, way closer. You can tell these guys are used to playing each other. The stage is big for both teams, and again, the Chiefs just find a way to pull out that Mahomes magic. And here we are for the umpteenth time. In disappointment on my end, anyway. What about you, man? What were your thoughts on just the initial results before we get into each individual game?
On the initial results, again, I'm kind of one of those that was in my heart of hearts. I wanted the Commanders and the Bills to win. Was really looking forward to seeing somebody else other than Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And again, just kind of like you just said right now, as far as Philly's concerned, fuck Philadelphia. I'll say it. I can't stand that team for nothing. So it's one of those to where it was a disappointing weekend overall. I mean, congratulations to both of them for making it, right? But it's one of those things to where it was a very, especially as a Cowboys fan, having two teams from our division playing in the NFC championship game, and then for one of those teams to make it, I would have preferred the Commanders as opposed to the Eagles to make it. But again, we'll get into the details of both of those games here in a second. But I mean, yeah, man, just very, very disappointed. I also agree with you as far as that fourth down call. I think that basically took the air out of the Bills altogether for them to be able to keep some sort of traction going to where they could win that game. I think it was a very pivotal decision in the game that just kind of swayed the momentum back over to the Chiefs, and it ended up just costing the Bills the game, honestly. So those were my initial thoughts on both of those games.
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get right into the first one. We'll start in the NFC with the Eagles and the Commanders. The biggest thing that I took away from this game is just how far ahead it seems like both of these teams are compared to the Cowboys. Um, to see these two teams at the very end trying to fight for an opportunity to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, you just kind of see the play. Jaden Daniels played his butt off.
Yeah, he
Dan
did.
Quinn coached his butt off.
Yes, he did.
And I do believe that ultimately the Commanders overperformed this year. They got a lot of breaks. I think the stat was something like their last 5 games have come down to like the last player, the last possession, something like that, where
Yep.
they won. So, I mean, they were definitely getting the breaks, getting the bounces, but you got to have a little luck like that to make it as far as they did, right?
Yep.
Especially a young team, they have a solid nucleus. There's nothing to hang your head about. That team played hard. They overachieved, in my opinion, and that's not
Yes.
a bad thing. And I think
No.
that they'll be in contention again next year. We'll see. We'll see how well they do next year. Philadelphia, from the very beginning of the season, has just looked like the best team in our division. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, and they've been the best of the NFC, and it showed this weekend. Philadelphia's run game. Saquon Barkley, again, we mentioned it in our last little episode that we did. Saquon Barkley looks like he was the missing piece that Philadelphia needed. That defense playing lights out, giving quarterbacks fits, secondary hitting hard, covering well. It's hard to throw on them. Their offense running the ball phenomenally. Jalen Hurts isn't asked to make a lot of big plays with his arm. He can run the rock. You have that stupid ass tush push, brotherly shove, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I mean, ultimately, that's what's getting them through this, through this whole season. And the run game has definitely paid off for Philadelphia. And Saquon was quoted. They played the quote in the game where he's like, "Hey man, we wanted to prove a point that we can. There's still ways to run the football down a team's throat and win games and be successful."
And they
And
did
they
that.
did it. They've
Mhm.
done that the entire playoff run, and I think that's going to be the recipe to try to get them across the finish line to another Lombardi Trophy. It'll be interesting though with KC's defense. I mean, KC's very stingy against the run,
Very stingy.
but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out, man. What about you?
Yeah. Man, I honestly think that, like you said, Washington, they did a little bit more than what people expected. They went above and beyond what people thought that they were going to perform. They have a great young quarterback. They have a good, like you said, a good solid core of guys to be able to move far into the playoffs. And it's just heartbreaking to see because I honestly wanted to see a rookie make it to the Super Bowl. Not that, which isn't very likely. It's not something that, that we can say, oh, it happens all the time. But, that team played their ass off the entire game. I don't think I saw a minute where they just, quit or they stopped playing or they weren't trying to win that game. So it was as far as Washington goes, Washington, I mean, they did what they could. They played their asses off, and I can't I can't speak enough good words about him. Dan Quinn, it obviously shows you as Cowboys fans, we should have kept Dan Quinn instead of Mike McCarthy. May not be a popular opinion, but if you're watching Washington and seeing what he's doing with that program over there, as
Yep.
a Cowboy fan, that's what I'm
Yep.
thinking right now. That could have been our head coach. A lot of the guys that he took over there that were former players of ours, they're part of that team and they made it to the NFC Championship game. So that's to speak way more than what we've been able to do or we've been able to do as a team. Now, as far as the Eagles goes, it pains me. with everything in my soul to say anything positive about the Philadelphia Eagles. But like they say, you have to call a spade a spade. And yes, they were, oh, as much as it hurts me to say it, they were the better team in our division. Give me a minute. I was trying to keep from vomiting right now, but yeah, they were the better team in our division. Um, honestly, you could see that Saquon was the missing piece. The missing piece that Philadelphia needed in order for them to get to where get to the point to where they're at now. They've shown the league basically that you need a consistent running game. And if you have a consistent running game, along with some other key elements, which would be good wide receivers on the outside, if you have those things and a good O line, the sky's the limit. If you can run the rock, if you can time manage the game and make sure that you're eating up the clock and not allowing the other team on the field, that's a recipe for success. We've seen it time and time and time again. It's not all about the flash and 80-yard passes. Of course, everybody wants to see those things, but if you can establish a good run and wear out the clock and wear out the defense, and guess what? That's a recipe for success, and you're going to end up winning that game. Now, talking about them now moving to the Super Bowl and facing the Kansas City defense that's very, very stingy, like you said, doesn't give up a lot of yardage, is something that's like, okay, let's see what they're going to be able to do against them. Because we saw, Patty Mahomes does Patty Mahomes things during games, and he can take that out of the equation really, really quickly. So we'll see, man. But congratulations again to the Eagles. Excuse me, I have to keep from regurgitating every time I say that, but congrats and good luck next. What is it, in 2 weeks now?
2 weeks. Yep.
2 weeks. So
yeah,
we got another game to look for.
More stupid Nick Sirianni and Big Dom's stupid faces. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Great.
Keep it classy, Philadelphia. Moving on to the AFC, though, we've got the Chiefs and the Bills game. Damn, that was a good game. Barn burner, super close. I think the final on that was 32-29, something like that.
Yep.
And Patrick Mahomes just doing Patrick Mahomes things. Andy Reid. I mean, they killed him all night with that simple little bootleg,
all night long.
It was a run pass option kind of thing. And I mean, something so simple was just super effective. And the Bills accounted for everything else. And that play just killed them, man. I mean, it just worked them all game long.
Yep.
Josh Allen, do not hang your head. I really feel like Josh Allen played his behind off. The fact that Kincaid didn't catch that damn prayer of a pass, bro. That was it right there on fourth down. Allen beats the blitz, bro, and he's got the guy dead to rights wide open, and Kincaid's just like
drops it.
Drops it, bro. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And now we got to see stupid Kermit the Frog ass Patrick Mahomes again in the Super Bowl, bro. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. But Buffalo ran the rock well. That was their secret sauce all playoff tournament long. KC, big on, y'all don't want to give us anything deep. Y'all going to have to give us something cheap, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what they did. They took their little nickels and dimes, never really went super crazy over the top of a defense, but that don't matter. Like, they find ways to win.
Yep.
And
that's the biggest thing is that they always find ways to win. And it's super, super annoying, man. Like Joe just finished saying, to see Patrick Mahomes in another Super Bowl is starting to get old, but they're going to have an opportunity to be the first team in NFL history to get a three-peat if they can win. So I honestly thought that we had that opportunity long ago. But long time ago. But we didn't take advantage of that opportunity. And then, now Patrick Mahomes and company have that opportunity as well to see if they can accomplish it. So Buffalo, on the other hand, Buffalo played great. Josh Allen played his ass off. He played great. They ran the ball with Cooks really, really well. Sometimes I kept thinking to myself, why are you taking him out when he's so hot right now? Just let him play. Because they kept putting in the other guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Were you saying
But
let him cook?
yeah, let him cook, basically. Let cook. He should have. They should have let him cook. But yeah, man, I think his name was Ty Williamson or something like that. The other running back for Buffalo. But, it kept I kept wondering, like, why are you taking him out? Yeah, I understand he needs a breather for maybe one or two plays, but put his ass back in. Run him. Run
Mhm.
him. It's working.
Mhm.
Run him. But it was just very odd, just the way they had a game plan. Not to say that their game plan was bad, because they kept the game tight the entire game,
Mhm.
until the very, very last seconds. So again, Patrick Mahomes does Patrick Mahomes things, and he puts the game out of reach, and he basically, like, that's it, we're done, we're here. I've gotten to my soft spot where I'm really familiar with the things that I know what to do. I'm just going to dump off the little plays just to make the first down. And now that I've sealed the deal, it's over. That's it. It's
Yep.
done. So super disappointing, but at the same time, Bills Mafia, hang your head high. Don't walk out of there with your head hang low, because they played their asses off. They played a tremendous game. They couldn't be prouder of the season that they've had. They've been busting their ass. So, um, yeah, man, just congratulations to the Chiefs for making it one more time. I'm pretty sure y'all
Yeah,
gonna
thanks,
be.
refs. Thank referees for that stupid call where you called it a non-conversion of fourth down when the line and the freaking camera clearly show Josh Allen
Yeah,
and the
he
football at the damn sticks, and then they spot him like a foot short. I'm like, what the hell video were you watching?
seriously, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. The teams that made it, the Eagles and the Chiefs. Um, Now at this point, I just want the Chiefs to win, even though I don't even like the Chiefs that much. But I just want the Chiefs to win at this point now.
Hey,
So
bro, one
we'll
thing
see
we
what
ain't gonna
happens.
do here, we ain't gonna hate. Congratulations to the team and the front offices that were damn good enough to get the roster and stuff together,
Don't get me
get their
started,
act
bro.
together, and make it to the finals of another long, grueling, competitive season. We couldn't do it, so I'm not gonna sit here and talk down on nobody, because at least y'all made it to the tournament. We didn't even do that.
Yep,
We didn't
facts,
even do
big
that.
facts,
So
big
congratulations,
facts.
Philly and the Chiefs. Julio, like you were saying before the show started, man, it looks like the conspiracy theory does remain intact. The logo
for
colors come out way at the
for
start of the
those,
year.
yeah, for those of you that are conspiracy theorists, T, talking to you, man. You always say there's always some sort of conspiracy going on. The colors of the Super Bowl logo don't lie. That's who we have in the Super Bowl.
Green and red.
I'm gonna have to get the script next year for
Yeah,
for the season. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yep. We're gonna have to ask for a copy from Goodell himself. No redactions. Don't be switching it up, trying to give us a fake one either, Roger. But yeah, man, just congrats to the teams. At this point, I really don't want either team to win, but
If you had to pick one,
if I have to pick one, give me Kansas City and some history. I'll take a little history, bro.
yeah, I'm the same way, bro. I'm the exact same way. Give me some NFL historic moment, first three-peat ever,
And
even if it's Patrick
who are
Mahomes.
they who are they gonna put that three-peat on, bro?
They're gonna put it on us, apparently.
They're gonna put it on Philadelphia with their
On Philadelphia.
hey, bro. Why are we going for KC? Because what?
Because Philly sucks, because fuck Philadelphia.
That's exactly it. That's why. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we do want to thank you so much for taking the time to just enjoy this content. We ask that you do please continue to like, comment, subscribe. Like it says here at the bottom.
At
Right
the
here.
bottom, if you can
Like,
read, it says
subscribe.
like and subscribe.
Please drop us a comment. Give us a like on the TikTok, man. We're trying to come up on the TikTok. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.